Hello everyone, I'm Landon, and I'm the DM, and welcome back to the Serial Killer's Basement. That's what my wife said it looked like. Today we have a jam-packed lightning round Kickstarter highlight. 26 exciting campaigns from various creators. The Shrouded Coast is an honorable mention today. Unfortunately, this ended before I was able to start filming due to some personal delays, but still worth checking out. I put the rest of the campaigns in order of ending soonest. Graveyard of the Gods, The Traveler's Guide to the City of Intrigue, Sebastian Crowe's Guide to Drakkenheim, WayStar, Silly Monsters, Micro Dungeons, The World of Kensei, Horror at Devil's Run, Dr. Grorbort's Scientific Adventure Violence, Tome of Quests, Labyrinthine Gardens, Eldritch, Southwood's Gold, Rultmoork, Amethyst, Alkralha's Chronicle of Creatures, Starlight Arcana, Dungeon Delver's Guide, Dark Symmetry, Empires of the Silk Road, Wastes of Chaos, One-Shot Wonders, Curse of the Usurper, Selanars Socketed Items, and Stormlight Premium Miniatures. Make sure you give the video a like if any of those sound interesting to you. Because there's so many, I'm trying out paring each highlight down, so let me know how I do. Trying to make things a little shorter. Let's get into it. First up, we have Graveyard of the Gods, D&D 5e and Pathfinder 2e by Matthew J. Hansen. Explore the corpses of dead gods adrift on the astral plane in this adventure anthology. Floating on the astral plane are the calcified bodies of gods long dead, yet a spark of their divine power remains. These god corpses are rich in magical resources waiting to be plundered, but they also give rise to strange environments and dangerous monsters. Graveyard of the Gods is an anthology of adventures for 5e and Pathfinder 2e. Each is set on the massive corpse of a dead god. These adventures favor exploration and wonder, and you can run them independently or string them together for a campaign. The adventures are Junk Racers, The Temple of Knowledge, Valleys of Mist and Roars, Isles of Metal, The Crushing Hand, and Dreams of the Astral Evil, and at least 6 additional adventures to be unlocked with stretch goals. I would choose the print tier for the 5e softcover for only $30. How intriguing. We have The Traveler's Guide to the City of Intrigue, a zine-size 5e supplement of fancy stories, dirty assassinations, and magical experiments gone awry. The Traveler's Guide to the City of Intrigue is a zine-size 5e supplement of backstabbing nobles and flesh-warping wizard experiments gone awry. Here you'll find the School of Chimerism, subclass for wizard, new forms for their shapeshifter class, a scavenger subclass for rogue, the Juggernaut subclass for fighter, and 12 backgrounds with features that make use of hit dice, 5 factions, and plenty of archmage gone awry experiments. The solid ink tier for $25 would be my own choice to get physical copies of this zine and one called Irina's Guide to Intrigue and Illusion. Now let's guide ourselves to Sebastian Crowe's Guide to Drakkenheim, a player's guide and source book which includes brand new 5e subclasses and takes you through the world of Drakkenheim. New heroes are needed as the madness of Drakkenheim spreads to an unprepared world. There's so much good looking stuff here. So what's inside? New class, the Apothecary. The Apothecary is an intelligence-based spellcasting class inspired by the doctors, occultists, and mad scientists of cosmic horror fiction. New subclasses. We've developed a new subclass for each of the 12 core classes in 5th edition, inspired by the trappings of Eldritch horror and dark fantasy and reflecting the world of Drakkenheim. New spells. While developing the Apothecary, we realized a new class needed new spells, which harness acid, poison, and necrotic magic. Expansive Continental Gazetteer. The threat of Eldritch contamination has grown beyond the walls of Drakkenheim into the wider world of unprepared for its terrors. Tool feats. We've long wanted to broaden the scope of tools in our 5th edition games, so we've introduced new options and feats for tool use in the world of Drakkenheim. The Westamar Wanderer tier for $65 for the hardcover, and the player journal would be my choice. Whether or not you were part of the first campaign, this is definitely not one to miss. This Kickstarter takes your campaigns to the stars with WayStar, an epic D&D 5e sci-fi conversion by Penny Dragon Games and Patty Finn. New D&D 5e conversion being forged in the hearts of stars. It's no wonder we long to return to them. First off, take a moment to look at all the stuff in this campaign. WayStar is designed to do 3 things. 1. Use a familiar rules so you can hit the ground running with minimum effort. Create a fast-paced, immersive, and action-packed experience you'll remember. Accommodate campaigns that feel like your favorite science fiction media. You have all sorts of options to recreate some of your favorite sci-fi media, and this book contains familiar core concepts, new cosmic horrors, immersive galactic settings, and an action-packed heist adventure, and that doesn't include all of those other items. There are 4 books in this Kickstarter: the core rules, everything for players and GMs, the creature codex, over 100 monsters and stellar entities and cosmic horrors with info on behaviors, environments, and tactics, Galactic Archives, a setting book for WayStar, including at least 1 adventure, Steal the Stars, a space heist adventure book. I would definitely want all 4 books, so I would choose the Destroyer Commander tier for £120, around $138 US. podcast. Time to get a bit silly. We have Silly Monsters by Seeds of War. We bring more fun to the table with more than 200 silly monsters for your 5th edition game. Adventuring is serious business. This richly illustrated, full-color, hilarious supplement is the perfect companion for any 5th edition game. It presents and brings to life a menagerie of new creatures that have funny appearances and abilities that are sure to surprise even the most veteran players. This whimsical supplement will keep them smiling and create memorable moments for your players that your players won't soon forget, while still presenting a real danger for the party. Each of the book's 200 monsters will be illustrated. In addition to the art, we provide creative descriptions and extensive stat blocks for 5th edition. You can click on any of these pages to get the preview, which include monsters like Animated Squeaky Toy, Magnetic Golem, the Paper Samurai, the Balloon Artist, the Disco Golem, the Fachin. For myself, I would choose the Scary Monster tier for €50 to get the hardcover. Moving right along, we have Micro Dungeons Anniversary Edition, the complete collection of micro dungeons in one single printed book for 5e D&D. Micro dungeons over the last year, including 3 new ones, have been collected together for a print version. The Micro Dungeon First Year Compendium includes 50 plus dungeons with descriptions of each room and monster, 120 plus monster stat blocks. That's almost like a monster compendium. 100 plus scalable monsters. You also get all of the maps when you get the print on demand version. This annual compendium for 140 Mexican pesos or $12 is my clear choice for pledge. As a reminder, this is for a print on demand code, and the actual printing costs and shipping will be handled over at Drive-Thru RPG. Welcome to the World of Kensei for 5e by Riot Minds. A new setting and rules for Dungeons & Dragons 5e players. Do you want to enhance your Dungeons & Dragons 5e experience with new monsters, new spells, new sub-races, and new subclasses? Then this Kickstarter is your route to something special. The World of Kensei is a place of great heroes and stark evil, encompassing lands of ancient myths and high peril. Brave warriors dare the ancient shrines of the old gods, now home to evil creatures. These are the lands of Tatsu, a new continent of beauty and ages-old evil. Tatsu is yours to adventure in, defend, shape, and rule. In this Kickstarter, we give you a fully loaded rules and setting book, approximately 250 pages, including new playable subclasses, new playable races, new spells from the Sunzang school, death magic, history, lore, and mythology of Tatsu, deep dive into the culture and lands of Tatsu, 20 plus locations to incorporate in your standalone 5e campaign or use in the complete setting, new monsters such as the Kirin, Tengu, Red Oni, Yurai, and many more, new rules for playing with and without honor. We also give you a softback introduction adventure, The Scroll of Wukong, approximately 80 pages. This one has a lot of art, and it's very on theme with the campaign. My pledge would be the Warrior tier for 400 Swedish krona, $37 for both books. Time to run to Horror at Devil's Run for 5e by Jeff Stevens, a 5th edition one-shot adventure for parties of 4 to 5 characters of 5th level. Horror at Devil's Run is a 2 to 4 hour adventure designed for 4 to 5 characters of 4th to 6th level, optimized for 5th level characters. This Kickstarter funds the art, map, and Roll20 conversions, and an upgraded layout. An adventure in a small farming village, just before its pumpkin festival, and a dark deal goes awry, and then villagers go missing. There's plenty of adventure hooks to pull in your players, there's background info, mysteries, and side quests to be explored. I like the style of art here, and the maps. Either of the VTT tiers will get you the print-on-demand code for the softcover book, your choice of standard or premium color, for $9. Our next Kickstarter is Dr. Grordbort's Scientific Adventure Violence, a tabletop role-playing game setting and supplement for 5th edition, based on the comics, art, and universe created by Greg Broadmoor. This is a unique and comprehensive guide to creating outlandish interplanetary adventures, lavishly illustrated with art by Broadmoor and Weta Workshop, designed for use with the 5th edition of some game with dragons and other silly, scientifically unfounded elements. Dozens of character options, scores of wild creatures, a myriad of weapons, gadgets, and vehicles, maniacally entertaining and drenched in flavor and satire, accessible and easy to play and run, no matter what rules system you prefer. A foreword by Broadmoor, and there's more great art all over this page. There's a quick start here you can check out. The hardcover is available for only $40. Don't miss out. That's a great price. Our next quest takes us to Tome of Quests, Volume 1 by Pacesetter Games and Simulations. Tome of Quests is an adventure compendium for 5th edition and BX game systems. This tome will take you through 5 adventures that can be run separately or linked together with a seamless and compelling narrative. Each adventure features full-color art and maps, as well as new magic items and monsters to challenge and reward your players. The adventures are The Lost Caravan, 4 to 6 characters, levels 5 to 7, Thing in the Valley, 6 to 8 characters, levels 2 to 4, The Screaming Temple, 4 to 6 characters, levels 3 to 5, Fell Horde, an an adventure in 3 chapters, 4 to 8 characters, levels 2 to 4, The Vampire's Curse, 4 to 6 characters, levels 3 to 5. The hardcover hero tier for $45 would be my choice. There's a physical map book add-on that I would want as well. Next, we have a campaign by Esper the Bard, Labyrinthine Gardens, D&D adventure and YouTube series. The production of Labyrinthine Gardens Season 2 and the conversion of Season 1, Trials of the Neophyte, into a D&D module. Now, unfortunately, this Kickstarter hasn't taken off, and in the last update, the creators mentioned that they were planning to cancel, which is very unfortunate, but I still want to bring it to your attention because this is awesome, and I want you to be aware of it, so if he launches something like it in the future or retries later, then you'll be able to know about it and help make it a reality. This is a great campaign by a fantastic creator. Welcome to the new Kickstarter by Esper the Bard. Labyrinthine Gardens is both a D&D campaign and narrated interactive series on YouTube. The style of the setting is ancient meets magic tech, fantasy with a hint of sci-fi and a dose of post-apocalypse. This is defined by its gritty survival themes, its stylish artwork, strong storytelling, and the mystical elements woven throughout. The goal for Season 1 was to convert the YouTube series into a 5e Dungeons & Dragons module with guidelines for either single player or an entire party. And for Season 2, to produce that as a narrated adventure YouTube series. If you haven't checked out Trials of the Neophyte yet, I highly recommend you check it out right here. The Antiquarian tier for the softcover and the rest of the assets is $50. Don't forget, that would have also gone towards helping to produce that next season. Time to dive into the Black Vault. Eldritch, the Book of Madness, Deluxe Edition, beautifully written 300 plus page book of monsters, cults, and profane magic. This is the deluxe version, which has been greatly expanded on. Eldritch, the Book of Madness is a beautifully written 300 plus page hardcover tome featuring an all-new mini setting for your 5e campaign. It's filled with new monsters, spells, cults, dark magic, locations, and a horde of otherworldly adventure ideas, all designed to be effortlessly added to any campaign with all new rules on dread, madness, and corruption. It's designed to put fear into your heroes, literally. So inside they have new rules for madness, profane addictions, dread, the nightmare realm, profane monsters, a grimoire of profane spells, and dreadlords. There's some great art in here. I personally would choose the upgrade tier, PDF plus hardcover, for £20, about $23 if I was part of the last Kickstarter. If I was a new backer, then I would definitely want the hardcover, and I would choose the printed book for £40, $46. Next up, Southwood's Gold by Dungeon Epics. Navigate through the jungle and conflicting moral perspectives in this beginner-friendly adventure for 5e. Southwood's Gold is easy to run, even for an inexperienced game master. It offers advice for alternating between the pillars of play, combat, exploration, and social, and provides guidance for scaling encounters to match the power of the party. Its well-developed structure ensures that new players can easily grow into the adventure, while experienced players find opportunities for creative roleplay and tactical fighting. It's a 30-page adventure, a one-shot for levels 1 to 4, for beautiful high-res maps. I would want the Heroes of the Realm tier for $16. You not only get the PDF, the digital maps and handouts, you also get the Rare Dragons, Oceanic Depths, and It Came from the Message Board PDFs. And the next one today is Rultmoork, D&D 5e, Morphing Monsters Moving Maps soundtrack. Brave Rultmoork and bring life back to the land. Rise of the Drow author and creator. D&D 5e, adventurers are hired to investigate a strange spire of stone in the barren mountain wastelands. According to legend, water once sprung forth from this spire, blessing the land with life. Now the land is dry and the ancient site in ruins, and a wondrous water clock is stagnant. In fact, this stagnation infuses all beings, from the strange cultists on the surface to the former elemental guardians. It is up to the adventurers to defeat the ancient evils within Rultmoork and restore the water clock and bring life back to the land. The adventure features a variety of playstyles, wasteland archaeology, visions of the past, challenging dungeon, a new mechanic, flow and stagnation, a hardcore mode, brutal, unique monsters, 3 nightmarish bosses. Check out the preview PDF here. I would want the hardcover book, but I do think the box set for $129 has a lot of the things I like. I might be tempted by the Dynamic Dungeons add-on. More sci-fi fantasy settings with Amethyst 5e, Magic and Technology Collide collection by Chris Diaz. The acclaimed sci-fi fantasy setting returns. Collect the latest volume or the entire series. Over 1,200 pages of 5e content. Venture into lands once claimed by skyscrapers and factories, now overrun by elves, goblins, and dragons. Ride gracefully on horseback or plow through the wilderness in a tank. Earth is torn between the order of science and the chaos chaos of fantasy. The realm of magic has invaded our world, forcing humanity into the last few bastions of technology. The art in this campaign is amazing, and there's so much that is showcased. The people, the monsters, the machines, the world. 3 books over 1,200 plus pages. Book 1, Amethyst Quintessence. Book 2, Amethyst Factions. And the new Book 3, Amethyst Revelations. I would choose the RPG hardcover 3-pack standard edition, since I don't have any of these books, for $219 Canadian. That's about $167 US, or around $55 each book, plus the other rewards. Onward to Arkralha's Chronicle of Creatures, a comprehensive compendium of homebrew races, creatures, and mechanics that can be used in the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition system. This is a digital-only compendium with 22 original homebrew monsters, 12 original homebrew legendary character creatures, 6 original homebrew playable character races, and 3 original homebrew mechanics. I really like the mock-ups shown here, especially the dark pages. Definitely check out the field guide pack for 20 Canadian, $15 about, to get the PDF. Next, I want to share Starlight Arcana, a 5e astral supplement and campaign. Explore the stars with the monumental 500 plus page tome for D&D 5e, an unmatched amount of content for both players and game masters. Welcome to the Sea of Stars and a galaxy full of possibilities. Starlight Arcana is a tome that is designed for the 5th edition of the world's greatest role-playing game, a monumental supplement and campaign with 500 plus pages containing 5 new player ancestry options, 12 new subclasses, 12 legendary items, the new Starlight School of Magic, 50 plus Starlight spells, Sea of Stars lore, a legendary campaign with well-designed narrative for your players to enjoy, levels 1 to 10, 13 different planets to explore and adventure on, over 200 new monsters unique to this campaign, over 50 stunning maps made just for this campaign, available for download or print, the simplest rules you will ever find for transversing the stars. Look at all that stuff. For 65 euros you get that hardcover book, which is a bit on the high end of prices, but if this book is as packed as they say it is, then it's definitely worth it. Also, there's some beautiful battle maps. Our friends at Morris and EN Publishing are back with Dungeon Delver's Guide, a sourcebook for D&D 5e and A5e, an essential tome for creating, exploring, and running dungeons in your 5e or A5e game, including over 100 traps. Dungeon Delver's Guide is a comprehensive toolkit for designing, running, and exploring dungeons. This essential 300-page sourcebook for use for 5e and level up advanced 5e contains everything you need to create compelling and deadly mazes and lairs, and new player options for adventurers who want to venture below and return to the surface alive. This mighty tome includes plenty of character options, gears, spells, and mounts, lots of traps, tricks, and puzzles to use, terrifying monsters, guides for satisfying underground adventures, a dungeon building system, and pre-made dungeons. One of the great things about Morris and EN Publishing is that you get your PDF within seconds of the campaign ending, and as soon as the funds are clear and sent to them, they give the green light for printing the physical copies. I would definitely go with a physical Delver pledge for the hardcover for only £50, only about 57 US, making good time. Now, Alchemy RPG brings us Lore of Aetherra, Dark Symmetry, a 5e science fantasy campaign setting and adventure saga from Alchemy RPG. Dark Symmetry is the next installment in the Lore of Aetherra saga, dedicated to exploring the underwater city of Chrysalia and its technological mystery, a 300 plus page campaign setting and adventure. Your party can continue the Lore of Aetherra saga or start fresh and uncover the mysteries of Chrysalia on your own. Aethercraft rules for crafting, 100 plus pages of setting, 200 plus pages of adventure, 300 plus animated scenes, 2-hour original soundtrack, 4 plus all new subclasses, 5 pre-made player characters, 50 plus new magic items, 40 plus new NPCs and monsters. There's some seriously stunning art in this campaign. Definitely check it all out for yourself. Daybreaker seems like the perfect choice for me, $50 for that PDF, hardcover, and the Alchemy module. Let's brush up on some alternate history with Historica Arcanum, Empires of the Silk Road, 5e+, by Metis Media. 5th edition's alternate history saga continues. 2 massive sourcebooks, profession system, overhauled land travel, and plague mechanics. Historica Arcanum, 5th edition's alternate history saga is back, taking you to the Silk Road, imbued with arcane secrets to explore. Unravel Travel the massive open world set in the legendary Silk Road. Venture forth with a full adventure module, coming with rich storyline and professionally designed gameplay, and add many standalone mechanics to all your 5e campaigns. 2 massive source books, Empires of the Silk Road, the Setting Guide, and Herald of Rain, the adventure module, a huge bestiary, and authentic subclasses. 5e content inspired by history, legends, and cultures of the Silk Road. Modular 5e mechanics, maps, tokens, and event decks, collector accessories, full soundtrack suite. Here's a look at some of the things in the campaign. I'd have to go with the hardcover bundle for $89. And now we have The Wastes of Chaos. Enter the 5e Borderlands by Kobold Press. Wield chaos magic, battle the Black Oat cult, and seize ancient treasure. New races, spells, and monsters for every 5th edition game. Venture beyond the civilized lands into the Howling Badlands, where the cult of the Black Goat does as it pleases, and where ancient constructs lie just under a thin layer of dust. There you may find great riches, ancient magic, and a swift death. Welcome to the Wastelands for 5th edition. This book is roughly half rules material, including general magic items, Vril items, not sure what that is, ancient magic, chaos spells, chaos, and cult monsters, and character options usable with any campaign setting. It also contains chaos, mythos, and wasteland themed locations, NPCs, and organizations. This Kickstarter will also fund the creation of a 128-page Tales from the Waste hardcover, 12 plus standalone adventures. For my pledge level, I would choose the $89 tier to get both the Wastes and the Tales hardcovers. Roll and Play Press have one-shot wonders, over 100 session ideas for 5e, inspiration for awesome one-shots, and side quests for fantasy RPGs. Everything you need to plan your next game in 2 pages or less. All the story ideas included can be used to run one-shot adventures, as well as fun side quests that can be incorporated into your current campaigns. The stories within this beautiful hardcover book are suitable for adventurers ranging from levels 1 to 8. The adventures are broken down into chapters of key environments. Each one is also labeled for key themes, and each adventure provides you with the core elements of a story. I would want that hardcover book for £32, about $37. We are nearing the end with Curse of the Usurper RPG 5e by Tomb Guardians. Massive D&D 5e adventure campaign of the year with 450 plus pages, 150 plus 28mm minis, 20 plus game maps, vinyl, actor voiceovers, music, and more. In this 400-page tome, you will find everything you need to engage your players in a story of mystery, danger, and wonder. With fantastic art, accompanying music, actor voiceover to assist your GM, beautifully rendered maps, new miniatures, and much more to help immerse you and your beloved players in this campaign. So the tier I'm looking at is $88. It does come with a hardcover and PDF book, which is a big book. There's actor voiceover, campaign music tracks, and the Shard VTT version included as well. That does feel like a good value, so don't let the price scare you off. This next one is Selanars Socketed Items by Awfully Queer Heroes. 5e and PF magically enhance your equipment and items specifically tailored to your characters. Aeons past, there were weapons, armor, and items of extreme power and renown. Potent properties were imbued into the material itself through the use of sockets and gems of varying forms of enchantment. Alas, knowledge of this art faded as the years passed. For centuries, this knowledge was thought lost, until one skillful craftsman stumbled upon long-lost manuscripts. Through diligent study, he learned to harness the innate elemental power of gemstones and runes. Many forms of weapons and items, as well as the vast majority of armor, could be enhanced and granted abilities that were once only the stuff of legends. In this specific setup, you visit an NPC and have the socket installed on your item for a small fee. There's also a fee associated with installing or changing out the jewel. There's currently no physical book for this, so I would get the digital edition for £7, which is like $8. Finally, we end on Stormlight Premium Miniatures by Brotherwise Games. Official collectibles for every fan of Brandon Sanderson's epic fantasy series. Miniatures, figurines, and a high-end deluxe statue. I cannot tell you how excited I am for this Kickstarter. These are official depictions and minis for characters from the Stormlight archive, so there are spoilers ahead for that series if you haven't read. Just a fair warning, the Way of Kings pack has Blackthorn Delanar, Eshonai, Bridge 4 Kaladin, Syl, Assassin Zeth, Shallan, and as a bonus, the Lopin. The Words of Radiance pack contains Shardbearer Adolin, Captain Kaladin, Pattern, Taravangian, Vale, Wit. The Oathbringer pack gives us Bondsmith Dalinar, Yasna, Heavenly One, Lift, Renarin, Skybreaker Zeth. The Rhythm of War pack has Shadesmar Adolin, Shardplate Kaladin, Maya, Navani, Vyre, Renly. All of these minis are 34mm millimeter scale, which is slightly larger than your standard D&D minis, but you still could use them with the others in-game without it looking too weird. At tabletop distance, the difference is hardly noticeable. In addition, they also have this gargantuan chasm theme. There's this army builder pack of 4 soldiers here, and the large 45mm fully painted figurines. There's also this high-end resin statue, stands about a foot tall. I personally think I would have to go with the miniatures and figurines level. $175 you get all 4 packs, the gargantuan chasm theme, the army builder pack, the 4 painted figurines, and the digital rewards pack. Definitely check this one out. That was another Kickstarter highlight lightning round. We had a whopping 26 campaigns from some amazing creators. If you enjoyed any of these, comment to feed the ever-hungry algorithm and spread my video around. Subscribe and turn on the bell, all the YouTube things that you can do. Thank you for joining me today in my obsession with Kickstarter projects. I'm Landon, and I'm the DM, and I will see you at the next Kickstarter.